Good morning, friends. This is my second session on polynomials. Okay. I hope you would have listened to my first session of polynomial. I have to request you that my voice was actually feeble in my first session of polynomials. I am sorry for that. You will have to probably use a headphone or an earphone to listen to that video. I'll try to improvise on that in this coming session, right? Okay. So let us get straight on to the topic from where we left in the last class, right? So what did we see in the last class? We saw that how to find out the root of a polynomial and what is the correlation or what is the relation between the roots and the constants of a polynomial, okay? Or roots and you can say constants and the polynomial. Now let us get straight on to certain polynomials and try to find out the roots and try to establish the relation between the roots and the coefficients of the polynomial. Okay, we'll take a fairly simple example here. Let us say f of x is equal to 4x minus 3. Okay, it's a very simple linear polynomial. Okay, so from the learning of our previous class, we know that a linear polynomial at the maximum can have one root or 0. Okay, so to find out the root of this linear polynomial, we equate it to 0. So 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. So giving me 4x is equal to 3, giving me x is equal to 3 by 4. So x is equal to 3 by 4, that is 3 by 4 is root of this polynomial. In other words, the value of x, if it is 3 by 4, this linear polynomial value becomes 0. Okay, so fairly simple. So I am not going to just do it again. Establish the okay. Coming on to next I will take up a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so let us say f of x is equal to 4x square minus 7x, okay, minus 15. This is the quadratic polynomial that we have taken. Now we would like to find out the root of this quadratic polynomial. Okay, so what we do is that we equate it to 0. So again we will split the middle terms. Okay, for that we will multiply the first and the last term. Okay, that is equal to, so let us not get into that depth now. Okay, plus 5x. Since I told you in the earlier classes, so basically we will go a little faster on this. So 4x, if we take common, this leaves me with x minus 3. If we take 5 common here, it leaves me with x minus 3 is equal to 0. So 4x plus 5 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this signifies that either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0 or both of them are equal to 0, right? So equating the first one to 0, we get x is equal to minus 5 by 4, right friends? And equating second to 0, we get x is equal to 3. So these two are the roots of this quadratic polynomial. Now let us try to verify the relation between the roots and the coefficients of the polynomial. Okay, so to verify that, let us say alpha is equal to minus 5 by 4 and beta is equal to 3. We know alpha plus beta is equal to how much, friends? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, right? So alpha plus beta, from this it will be minus 5 by 4 plus 3. that is also equal to minus 5 plus 12 divided by 4. Okay, which is also equal to 7 by 4. Right? Now, let us try to find out minus b by a from the quadratic polynomial. So, minus b by a is nothing but minus of minus 7. You can see at the quadratic polynomial here, divided by a is 4. This is equal to 7 by 4. Now, have you verified that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a holds good for this quadratic polynomial? Similarly, Similarly, we will also verify alpha into beta. So, alpha into beta is equal to c by a from the quadratic polynomial derivation that we did it in the last class. Okay. So, alpha is equal to minus 5 by 4 into beta is equal to 3. Okay. This leaves me with minus 15 by 4. Am I right? Okay. Now let us do c by a. C by a is equal to, c is how much? Look here my friends. C is here 15 divided by a is nothing but 4. So have we verified that c alpha into beta is also equal to c by a. So this is how the questions will appear in the examination. You will be given a quadratic polynomial. You would be expected to find out the roots and then establish a relation between the roots and the coefficient for that quadratic polynomial. Right? So this was fairly simple example. So as we move forward, I will be taking a few difficult examples here. Okay? Now let us try this. F of x is equal to root 3x square minus 8x plus 4 root 3. Now since we have come into square roots, so I hope from the previous classes you know the laws of exponents, that is a raised to power m into a raised to power n. Okay, I'll just try to brush it up here. Is equal to a raised to power m plus n. Do we all remember this, friends? Okay. Now let us say a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n is nothing but a raised to power m minus n. Okay. This is a raised to power m whole raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m into n. Do we all remember it? Okay. So we are going to make use of this to solve this. So that is why I thought let me just at least jot it down. What are the laws of exponents? Okay. Now it is not required. Now let us say again we need to equate it to 0 to find out the roots and then factorize the terms. Factorize the middle term, right? So when we multiply this and this, my dear friends, how much do we get? 4 into root 3 which is equal to 4 into 3 which is equal to 12, right? So I am not writing each and every step. So this will be 12x square, right? If we multiply this and this. Now we need to split this 12 in such a way that either their sum or the difference is equal to minus 8. Okay. So can we take it as it should be minus 8, right? So minus 6 and minus 2. Okay. So this will be minus 6x and minus 2x. These are the two factorizations done here. So which is equal to root 3 x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 4 root 3 is equal to 0. You are getting it? Okay. Now from this and this, if what all can we take? common. So x we can take common from this and this term, right? We can take root 3 also common here. I'll tell you how. Okay, so this is x minus. Now see, 6 divided by root 3, right? 6 divided by root 3. So 6 divided by root 3. Okay. Can this be written as 2 into 3 by root 3? Right? Can this be written as 2 into root 3 into root 3 divided by root 3? Now this and this cancels. You are left behind with 2 root 3. Okay? So 2 root 3. You are getting my point? Okay. Minus, let's take 2 common here. This leaves me with x minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. Now this is root 3 x minus 2, one factor. Another factor is x minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. Now see here, my friends, product of this and this is equal to 0. So that signifies that either this is 0 or this is 0 or both of them are zeros. Okay. So equating the first one to 0, we get x is equal to 2 by root 3. Equating the second to 0, we get x is equal to 2 root 3. So this and these are the two factors. Okay. Now let us verify this. Okay. So for verifying that, I'll have to basically rub it off. So I'll just rub it. 2 by root 3 and 2 root 3, right? Let's say alpha is equal to 2 by root 3 and beta is equal to 2 root 3. These are the two roots for this quadratic polynomial or equation. Okay. Now alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. So minus b by a. Now let's do alpha and alpha plus beta here. Okay. So this is 2 by root 3 plus 2 root 3. Taking root 3 as LCM. This is 2 plus 2 root 3 into root 3 is nothing but 2 into 3 is nothing but 6. 8 by root 3. Now this is from the roots. Now try to do minus b by a. Minus b by a is how much, friends? Minus b, that is minus of minus 8 divided by a is nothing but root 3. This gives me 8 by root 3. Now you see this and this are same. So some of the roots have been verified. Now let us verify product of the roots. Product of the roots is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Right? So let's take alpha into beta. Alpha is how much? 2 by root 3. Into beta is how much? 2 root 3. Root 3 cancels here. This leaves me with 4. Now try to do c by a here. How much is c? C is nothing but 4 root 3. A is how much? Root 3. This and this cancels. This leaves me with 4. So you see, this and this is also verified. So what we have done for this quadratic equation, first we have found out the roots and then we have established or we have verified the relation between the roots and the coefficient for this quadratic polynomial. Okay, let us move forward to a little more difficult example. Okay. If x plus a is a factor of 2x square plus 2ax 2x plus 5x plus 10. Okay. We should find out the value of a. Find the value of a. A is equal to how much? Now, friends, sometime back I told you that if x plus a is a factor of this polynomial, that means minus a is root of this polynomial, right? If minus a is the root of this polynomial, that means if I substitute x with minus a, I must get the value of this polynomial as 0. Let me repeat it, okay? If x plus a is a factor of this polynomial, what you see here, that signifies that minus a is root of this polynomial, which says that if minus a is root of this polynomial, then if we replace x with minus a, this polynomial value should be equal to 0. Okay, so polynomial is, so this gives x, minus a is root of this polynomial. The root of this polynomial. Right? So now what happens is minus a is the root of this polynomial. So 2 minus a whole square plus 2a into minus a plus 5 minus a plus 10 should be equal to 0. You are getting my point? Okay. Now this leaves me with 2a square plus minus 2a square plus minus 5a plus 10 is equal to 0, right? So this and this gets cancelled. Now this is minus 5a is equal to minus 10, minus minus cancels here, a is equal to 2. You got my point? So a is equal to 2. If we replace a with 2, then we get a quadratic equation for which x plus 2 will be the factor of that quadratic equation and minus 2 will be one of the roots of this quadratic equation. You got the point, friends? Okay. Let us move on to the next problem. F of x is equal to 3x cube plus 16x square plus 15x minus 18, right? This is the f of x. If one root, let us say alpha is equal to 2 by 3, okay? If one root is 2 by 3, find the other root of the polynomial. So friends, this is a little tricky question. Tricky in the sense you need to think a little bit here, okay, before actually solving it, right? So if 2 by 3 is one of the root, that means x minus 2 by 3 will be a factor of this polynomial. I think no doubts up to here, okay, because we have been doing this from quite some time now, okay. So which signifies that if I take LCM, this signifies that 3x minus 2 by 3 is also a factor of this polynomial, right? Which signifies that since this is only a constant, which signifies that 3x minus 2 will also be a factor of this polynomial. Okay, you are getting my point? Okay. So now we need to find out the other root. So if 3x minus 2 is one of the factor, then we need to actually do a division here, okay, to find out the other factor. So a normal division, let me just rub it off. So we remember 3x minus 2 is one factor. Right? So 3x minus 2 is one factor. 3x cube plus 16x square plus 15x minus 18. We actually divide it. Okay. So 3x. So we multiply with x square. So we get 3x cube. Okay. And we get minus 2x square minus plus cancels. This is 18x square. Okay. Plus 15x. I brought down 15x. Now 18 plus 6, 18. I take x. This is 18x square. Plus, sorry, minus 6 to the 12. 12x. I hope you are able to follow me. This is 27x minus 18. Okay. So, plus 9. Right. So, 27x minus 18. So, which says that the two factors are 3x minus 2 and x square plus 6x plus 9. These are the two factors for this quadratic polynomial. Okay. Friends, please don't get a little upset here, since I am taking examples. As I said you in my first introductory session that things will be little difficult here, but I promise you, be there with me. You will be really able to enhance your knowledge. Okay, and you will be able to score high. You will be able to score whatever you have been scoring till now, more than that. Okay, so these are the two factors now. Now you see, this is the linear, basically cannot be broken any further. Correct. This is a quadratic polynomial. Yes, there are chances that we can break it further. Correct. Let's do that. Let's take it up head on. Friends, do we really observe anything here? That this is a form of x square plus a square plus 2a into b plus b square. Are you with me on this? Is this a form of a plus b whole square? So a is nothing but x plus b is nothing but 3 whole square. Right? So now the factors reduced further to x plus 3 into x plus 3. Now all the factors are linear factors which cannot be further broken. Okay? Now we stop it here. We equate all factors one by one to 0 and try to find out the value of x. If I equate first factor to 0, we get x is equal to 2 by 3. Right? Which was also there given in the question. If we equate, we get x is equal to minus 3. Right? And that is also minus 3. Let me write it slightly bigger, minus 3. So, the two roots for this quadratic equation, cubic equation is 2 by 3 and minus 3. Look here, my friends. See, this was a cubic polynomial. How many roots have we got? 2 roots we have got. That means it can maximum have 3 roots, but there is always a chance that it can have lesser than 3 roots. Maximum it can have 3 roots, but lesser than that is also possible. So, which is here. Right? Okay. So, I hope this had posed a little challenge to you and you were compelled to think. We will not go on establishing a relation between, or justifying the relation between the coefficients on the roots here, because till now we have not done that derivation of cubic polynomial for that. Okay, so we don't know as of now alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to how much. Okay, so we'll stop it here. So this is what we do. Now coming on to a word problem, I have actually formulated this problem. Let me just read out clearly and crisp to you. Okay, find a quadratic polynomial having sum of the squares of the roots as 16 and product of the root as 4. Okay, so what does it say? Sum of the squares of the root. Okay, alpha square plus beta square is equal to 16. Sum of the squares of the roots is 16 and alpha beta is equal to 4. Right? Now we are expected to formulate that quadratic equation for this two conditions holds good. Right? So we all know that for that we require what? We require sum of the roots and product of the roots. If we are able to find out the two, then we are able to actually formulate that quadratic equation, right? So alpha square plus beta square from our previous knowledge can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Any problem? Any problem, my friends, here? Till now, no. Because a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? Very well known to us. Now, if from that equation this is a slight modification of that, which I am presenting it to you here. Okay? So, alpha plus beta, this is known to be 16 to us. This is not known to be us, and this is 2 into 4 here. You see? So this 16 minus a plus. Sorry. Let's do one thing. This is alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta. Okay. Is equal to 16. 4 2s are 8 minus 8. Sorry, why am I doing this? Okay, not required. So alpha plus beta whole square is equal to alpha square plus beta square, right? Minus plus 2ab is extra here. Plus 2ab is extra here. Let us subtract minus 2 alpha beta. Okay, let us use this. Alpha a square plus 2ab plus b square. So plus 2ab has come extra. Here plus 2ab was not there. So we need to add. Okay. So this is known to us. This is 16, and this is known to us that 2 into 4, that is again 8. Am I right? 2 alpha beta. Okay. So this is equal to product of the roots. Oh, sorry friends. Sum of the root, this is given to be 8. That is where I was getting a little disturbed, because it was not right. Okay, I'm so sorry. I wasted your 2 minutes of time. No problem. Okay, so this is equal to 8, and so this is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 into 4. Alpha beta is equal to 4. So which says this will add here. So 16 is equal to alpha plus beta whole square. Right? So alpha plus beta is how much, my friends? It is, let's take it plus 4. It will be either plus 4 or minus 4. We will take up one value here. Okay? Now Sum of the roots is known to us, product of the roots is known to us. So quadratic equation will be alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, which is also equal to x square. Alpha plus beta is 4 minus 4x plus alpha beta is also equal to 4. This is f of x. You are getting my point? So with that condition we have actually derived at this, or we have arrived at this, that this is the quadratic equation. Okay. Now friends, let us do one thing. I have prepared one more question which is a little difficult, okay, than this pose difficulty to you. Okay, I will just write it here. Okay, you need to sincerely give it a try and try to solve it, try to formulate the quadratic equation. I'll just write it very quickly. Find a quadratic polynomial having square of the sum of roots. Square of the sum of roots is equal to 16, and squares of the difference of roots is equal to 8. You need to formulate the quadratic equation. Okay, so this we will take up in the next class, friends, and till the time we meet next, thank you very much for joining us, and then be healthy, be safe. Let's meet up in the next class wherein I will be taking the graphical representation of quadratic equations. Thank you so much.